update, Mr. Waleed. The opening, I should say, the updates is my job. So we're gonna really quickly get some things out of the way, some housekeeping stuff like we always do, to get down to business and get our elections out of the way. All right, that's the plan. So let's get these next couple of announcements taken care of. Officer elections are today. Thank you for showing up. After that, we have a Disney Spring Social. That's Wednesday, March 11th. I don't know, Josh, if the Instagram posts go out yet, or we have to schedule?
I just got the details.
Cool, so we'll have the details put out very soon. So that's our social, if you will, for the month of March before we go on to our spring break. 21st, 22nd of March, we have an event with the Valiant Air Command. In the next couple slides, we'll have Mr. Josh Heidhaus, our media director, come up here to give some more details regarding that. And then April 3rd, shout out to our aspiring hurricane hunter pilot, Mr. Jovan Alfonso, who is our current secretary. He was able to secure us a slot for a hurricane hunter facility tour over in Lakeland. We'll put the details out for that tour in the next few days. But that is confirmed, we are doing it, so wonderful. And then of course, Sun and Fun is also coming up. We've been talking about that for a while. We got our volunteering for Sun and Fun also confirmed. And of course, there's more detailed slides following. So go to the next slide, please. This is courtesy of Alex. He works as a part-time aircraft detailer. He just sent me this text message today. This is an opportunity, a fantastic opportunity, might I add, for anybody who doesn't have experience in aviation but is interested in getting some type of a job, to network, to rub shoulders and meet the right people. This is a fantastic opportunity. I'm not going to read off the slide, but you are more than welcome to take a picture of this, as it has all the information you need. Alex is going to be your point of contact, so if you try to ask me questions, I'm probably just going to say, talk to Alex, because he has all the answers. Next slide, please. Alrighty, Mr. Josh, is that camera stable back there? It's not going to trip over or fall?
Well, it was stable and then I knocked it over.
Oh, that's
so
great.
Now it's crooked.
I'll let you talk about the airfare.
Yeah, I'm giving myself more things to do later in post-production. Hey everyone, good to see you all. Best of luck to everyone that's running tonight. I'm going to be a little quicker than I was last time because I yapped about this at the Aviation Resume Workshop. But long story short, March 21st to the 22nd, so I believe that's coming up in 2 to 3 weeks now, the VAC is having a mini air show slash carnival slash open house. It's something, but it's a big event. So what they're going to do is they're going to have flybys with military aircraft. They're going to have all their cockpits open. They're going to have a bunch of carnivals, games, food and drink, VIP section, the whole 9 yards. Performing aircraft, I think, is still up in the air, which, you know, a little crazy, but at the very least, Tycho Bell is going to be jumping paratroopers at 1,000 feet right in front of the museum. So if you guys want to see that, pretty cool event, and they do need some help with volunteering. So we were able to work out a pretty cool arrangement with that. If you guys hit the next slide. So what they've done to offer us is, I've worked it out. I know the guy who's running it, he's super awesome. If you guys work one shift or one whole day, the other day free. So if you guys have never been to the museum and want to see it, this is a great opportunity. But not only that, you guys get free food for helping out. So there's free food. And then lastly, probably the coolest thing is if we can get enough people, we don't have an exact number on it, but I know the guy pretty well. So at least more than a couple, they're willing to give us their event center hangar for free so we can do an aviation movie night there. And the cool thing is, because it's in Titusville, that is a dual fly-in event. So if anyone wants to fly into that, we're thinking about maybe working a group flight out. It's all up in the air, but just another really cool thing they have. There are a whole bunch of roles. They need people to sit in the cockpits, you know, so that's pretty cool. You just sit all day, get free food, watch an air show. Other things, you know, manned carnival games. They're going to have chauffeuring. If you guys want to be a chauffeur, you can do that. And the rest of the details I put up on this next slide here with the QR code. So if you guys are interested in maybe helping out, or if you just want to read and see what they have going on, just scan the QR code, no hard deadline. A little closer to the event, I'll reach out with more details, but we're trying to get as many people as possible, you know, build a reputation with them and hopefully get that hangar so we can send an army of 50 Bomba-Clat Cessnas over to Titusville. But with that said, I'm going to pass this. Oh, and lastly, if you guys are interested in doing Sun and Fun, it's kind of a good fun precursor to that. You guys can get up and close and see a lot of cool planes. But with that said, I'm going to pass to Andrew. Good luck, everyone, and I'll be up in the back.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Josh. I'm going to make a quick adjustment here. I want to make sure one detail Glad I caught that. Good. All right. Anyways, thank you, Josh, for the little heads up regarding the VAC airfare. And as he just said, we're going to be talking about Sun and Fun next. So hope you guys got pictures of that QR code because we got plenty of them for our presentation today. Now I want to talk about some of the more finer details concerning Sun and Fun. So once we get ourselves back to that slide, I'll be able to put it back up for you. There we go. There we go. All right, so we have our actual finite details confirmed for Sun and Fun. Last year we did volunteering on Saturday, Sunday. It's the same exact deal. I gave you guys the times for the shifts. It's 6:15 to 1300. It's just another 15 minutes later on Sunday. I don't know why, but for some reason it starts on 6:30. Don't ask me why, but that's what they told me. So I'm telling you. The perks of volunteering, aside from supporting your favorite club, right, over at UCF and giving us a lovely $1,500 donation, is you get free parking and admission to the air show. You get a free lunch and a volunteer t-shirt. And honestly, there's just a sense of pride that if you really love aviation, you live and breathe jet fuel or whatever it is that you're after, you just get such a great feeling of gratification being a part of the second largest air show in the country. No feeling like it. So if you go to the next slide, I have a little QR code there. Again, I told you there was a lot of QR codes and I was not kidding. That, folks, right there is going to lead you to our form to sign up and volunteer. So how it's working out this year, which is a nicer process, is that we are doing all of the coordinating in-house. So we're taking care of who's doing what shifts and what day, and we're going to send it over to Sun and Fun, and they're working directly with us, which is a far nicer partnership than last year, which is, all right, guys, well, here's the link, and I hope it works. Maybe put Pegasus pilots in the comment section. So this year, I must say that I'm far more happier concerning the process for that. So looks like everyone got a picture of that. We're going to go over here to the next slide. You might be saying, wait, Andrew, isn't that the starting graphic? You're right, but now we're resetting. This is the reminder that now we are starting the process of electing the next e-board for Pegasus pilots. So dun dun dun, the moment has arrived. So before we get started with the election itself, the first thing we're going to do is go over the process. So if you would please, Mr. Waleed, go to the next slide. We have listed in here the order that the voting is going to occur. I can trust you guys can read, so that's that. If you go to the next slide after that, Mr. Waleed, we're going to go over some finer details concerning the election. All right, so here's the first part. Each officer gets voted in one at a time. The reason for this being the case is that some officers, or officer applicants, I should say, has said, you know, I'll do this as my first pick, and then this will be my second pick. Well, if you get into your first pick, you can't go into the next position. So this will have to be worked out in real time, no problem. We're going to demonstrate how it's going to work shortly, but that's the reasoning behind it. Another detail worth noting to kind of assure you guys that we're trying to do everything we can, cross our T's and dot our I's, if you will, is that names will be collected with each vote that is cast. So you can't just be like, wow, I really like my buddy. I guess I'm going to spam his name like 5 times to keep refreshing the screen. Nice try, can't do that today, sorry, right? We try to make sure that we do our elections in a fair process, so that's the reason why we're doing that, all right? And then, of course, no other officers, with the exception of me and Waleed, who is an outgoing officer, so he's serving as a neutral party, if you will be viewing the election results in real time, and I don't vote unless it's a tiebreaker. So those are the rules. Feels like a game show, right? But it's not a game show, it's the leadership for the next year of the club. So absolutely, we're trying to be very, very diligent in which we conduct this process. So if you go to the next slide.
Yeah, and one last detail, everyone has up to 5 minutes to do this presentation.
We'll have a timer for transparency, so there's no cheating with that. Okay, so right now we're going to be doing a test in real time. So, Mr. Waleed, if you want to come over here and look at my laptop, this is how this election is going to unfold. How exciting.
From the international community.
Yes, it is. So you're going to see test 5, test 6, those are the names for the candidates. You can vote for whatever. I just need your first name, full name, first and last name, and then the candidate that you're voting for, and look at that. In real time, with each vote, you can see who's winning. Isn't that great? Yeah, I know who that is. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, this is great. Wow, so this is going to be pretty exciting because I get to see who is who in real time. Beautiful. All right. Cool. All right, so we get like a real-time look at who is who, and it works, which is the first thing we wanted to check. Cool. So now that we have that out of the way, we're going to get started with
exporting this, and then we're gonna delete all these. So the only thing that might take up some time is the fact that we have to go through and individually delete each person who voted. So that's gonna take like an awkward, 30 seconds, I hope, or so. But we're gonna go through, delete it, and then we'll get started with the actual election. I will say, while I'm awkwardly deleting all of these votes by hand, I will make an announcement on his behalf. Barry is running for an officer position. Unfortunately, he is not here. He is on an overseas trip in Europe. That's just something out of his control. So out of fairness, he's running for media director as his primary position, with treasurer as his second preferred position. He made a video in lieu of his physical presence tonight, so just to get that out of the way, we're gonna take care of Barry's video first, then we will proceed with the rest of the election. The other thing worth noting is that there's one person tonight who is running unopposed. Me. For some reason, no one wanted to be the president, or at least try it, but it's my last term. And out of the fairness to everyone else and trying to provide a better quality candidate, I'm still going to be running against a ghost or something, apparently. But I'm going to qualify myself and kind of give you guys a presidential run in a way, if you will. So, now that we have it taken care of, if you want to go to the next slide, we should have...
Is it this one, or that's the test?
That's the test, okay. Yeah. You can go to the next one. I'm going to turn off all the lights.
I got a suggestion. Can you play at his position?
Well, he wants to do media director and treasurer, so if we do it at his position, it's not going to work with the order of voting. So that's the reason why. You can go and play it.
And do you want to tell him which position this guy's running for?
Yeah, I'll remind him again. Hey folks, as a reminder, just so everyone knows, he will mention in the video, but he is running for media director as his primary and then treasurer as his second position. So you can go ahead and play it.
My name is Barry. I wanted to give some context before today's video. I wanted to attend the officer election in person. However, I'm making this video in lieu of the speech that I would give because I'm currently attending my grandparents' 60th wedding anniversary in England. So enjoy the video and vote Barry. Hello, my name is Barry, and I'm running to be your media director for Pegasus Pilots. I started flight training right out of high school full-time, where I got my instrument rating, and now pursuing my commercial pilot's license at D&J Aviation, where I also work as a line crewman at their Pocto location. This is my first semester at UCF, and I'm majoring in integrated business. This is my second semester at Pegasus Pilots, where my first meeting was the Blaze Pizza Social. I found Pegasus Pilots through the Knights Connect website and joined the Discord after. Being your media director means putting out content for an audience like you, pilots and those pursuing cockpit dreams. I plan to continue where Josh, our current media director, left off by uploading GBMs and updating announcements on Discord and Instagram.
I can delete everything.
On top of this, I plan to utilize the YouTube more by posting clipped versions of the GBMs and incorporating shorter form content on the Instagram. Being a pilot is a passion anyone can pursue, but it's no small task. The current media space for pilots is filled with mock check rides, with no corrections, pilot influencers with 0 to hero promises in 8 months, and a drought of pilots just talking about what interests them in flying. The new wave of pilots just doesn't have space online yet that they can call their own. You wake up at 7 a.m. on weekends to fly on with good weather. You spend hours in FAA textbooks in which Celsius made a stronger version of their energy drinks. It changes you. You look up every single time you hear an aircraft fly ahead of you. You check METARs and tabs for the weather, and you take leisure flights on the occasional weekend. Having a community that understands all this is golden, and contributing to that community is essential to make it work. Being your media director is the contribution that I want to make by making easily accessible, quality aviation-centric content. Some people, it might be hard to understand the how and why of becoming a pilot. But we can be that stepping stone to the next tier of somebody's aviation journey. And when you say you're part of Pegasus Pilots, you should feel confident that their outward image matches your goals. So in this officer election, vote Barry for media director.
All right, so we can, thank you Barry for making that video, despite him being on vacation. And get these lights back on so you guys aren't in the dark. There we go. That's lovely. You guys can see again, yay. All right, so that being said, The forms are correct and ready to go, so now we're going to go through the rest of this election. The reason why we put Barry at the beginning is because, again, he's going for media director as his primary position with treasurer as a second. So there truly isn't a perfect order, but out of fairness and just to kind of keep things clean, we're just throwing him in first, okay? So that being said, it's time for me to run against, I guess, me? I don't know. But I only think it's fair that I do at least qualify myself in front of everybody. So I'm going to be taking the next 5 minutes most as next of our candidates to have to talk about what I'm aiming to do within my last year of my term, if you will, as president. So I very much would like to think that the overall theme with my last year is finishing what I started in the most literal sense. Ever since I stepped onto UCF property, and I'm not talking about the first day of class, I mean the orientation day, I was that guy in my group saying, you guys wait, I'm gonna start an organization for pilots, it's gonna happen, I honestly don't know how, but something will happen and it's gonna work, right? I took reality and I aggressively punched it until it matched my expectations, and that's why we're standing here today. And the journey that I have embarked on has been, it's grown in ways that I couldn't ever imagine. I mean, if you went back and took pictures from the events of this last year, the year before, and you showed that to me when I was doing my orientation, I'd be like, that's AI. I don't know what that is, but that's not real. So this has been, without a doubt, one of the best journeys that I have ever embarked on. And it's a privilege and responsibility that I take extremely deeply. And in the next couple of slides, I would like to talk about what I want to see after I'm gone, and also what I bring to the table, because of course, you're more than just a pilot, you're a person, you're, Andrew Chattery, you're the Waleed Khatib, you bring something to the table, and that's what I'd like to talk about today. So if you go to the next slide, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. Everything else but flying, because you guys hear me talk nonstop about flying, so it's probably nice for a switch of pace, right? So back when I was in high school, I was kind of in the same boat. So I started and I ran the aviation club in my high school for about 3 years, and that kind of gave me a little bit of a jump start, a little bit of a early, I guess you could say internship, I suppose, for what it would be like to serve as the president of an organization in college. And quite frankly, that was one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done. I have 0 flight hours. And here I am teaching high school students about aerodynamics and how to fly a plane, how to get your pilot's license. But I realized if I could do that, this would be not a cakewalk, but this is definitely something I could do. And it gave me the confidence and the grounding to stand on, the ground to stand on, to be able to do what I do today. So that's part of the experience that you're getting. One of the biggest things that stood out to me when I interviewed, or rather had a discussion with some of our candidates that you'll be seeing tonight, is the different types of experiences outside of flying that we are bringing to this organization. And to me, that's one of the greatest gifts that anyone can ask for. Any type of life experience, it can be education on paper or off paper, makes you a better person. If you made a mistake, that's fine. I care if you learn from it, because I have a better person now than I had 5 minutes ago. That's all that matters to me. Of course, Pegasus Pilots is a wonderful incubator of leadership and learning what it takes to be the president. But there's so many more other opportunities within my life that I've been fortunate to have that makes me the person that I am, and in all honesty, the person deserving to be at the helm of this ship when I'm in my last term. I learned how to keep a calm head when I'm the first one who gets to a car accident with cars flying around me at 70 miles an hour on the highway. I know what it's like to be empathetic when someone has a problem. When I work in EMS and I'm transporting someone who only has a few months left to live. I understand the importance of chain of command and following the game plan you came up with when we get that 3 a.m. call for a structure fire. These are all life lessons that I've learned that have nothing to do with flying airplanes, but make me a better person when I'm serving as your president and Pegasus Pilots. Next slide, please. The biggest thing that I would say that gives me gratification regarding the aviation club in high school, and something that I'm proud of even to this day, is the fact that it still stands. It's still an active club. People still are in the program, and they have an actual class. These are the things that I dreamed of, I never imagined to be possible, and that's the biggest thing that matters to me. I don't talk about the things that I did, I don't talk about the things that we did back in the day with the events. I care that it still stands, even after I'm gone. As a leader, part of your job and part of your responsibility is making sure that you set up the systems and the structure that makes an organization stand after you're gone. And I'll be completely honest and I'll say, if something falls apart after you're gone, what are you doing, right? How good is that? Your job is to mold the organization to be what it should be. And most importantly, I hope to take the next round of leadership that we are electing tonight and to mold them to be a better officer, a better pilot, and a better human than I was when I stepped into this position about 2 to 3 years ago. Because there's definitely things that I could say I wish I did better. So the most important thing, beyond setting up the success of the club, is setting up the success for the rest of the officers who are taking the controls when I'm gone. That being said, it's been one of the greatest rides I have ever been on in my entire life, and I can't wait to see what the last year brings me. And with the will of the people, I'm proud to be your president for the next year. Thank you. All right. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, and I guess I just won the presidency, so yay for that, right? But thank you. Thank you.
Wow, very close first election. Let's move on to that.
Yeah, very close, right? All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one.
All right. Let's get
Yeah, we already talked about that, yeah.
Mr. Noah.
Mr. Noah, please come up. Let's give a round of applause for our vice presidential candidate. You want to have a microphone or no?
Yeah, I go with microphone.
You go to the microphone. Okay, this is for
Well, I
the
need
video
to-
camera, so.
Actually, no microphone then.
Yeah? This is
Could you use one?
just for the YouTube recording.
Okay.
That's all that this is for. Let me help you out with that. All right. I hope you don't mind me adjusting your collar like that. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Is that good? Okay, Josh, if it's not perfect, let me know.
All right, so Andrew just did the president. Now we're having the first candidate for vice president, and that's Noah.
All right.
Noah, please go ahead.
All right, so I'm Noah Riva. I'm a second-year aerospace engineering major, and I'm running for vice president of Pegasus Pilots. You can go next slide. So what's my connection with aviation? I have a lot of family within aviation. My dad is an airline pilot at JetBlue, flying the A320. My uncle is a captain at American, flying the 737. My grandpa was an aircraft mechanic. He worked on DC-8s, DC-9s at Emory in Air Florida, and was later a private pilot. And then on my mom's side, my cousin was a private pilot, and then my great-grandpa was an airmail pilot and a barnstormer way back in the day. And then I've spent a lot of time around planes. I've gone flying with my dad a couple of times. We rented a 172, went around Florida. I've also gone flying with him, like as a passenger when he's in the cockpit, like you can see. We went to LA, and then yeah, I've enjoyed anything that flies since I was a young kid. You can go next slide. So what's my connection to Pegasus Pilots? When I got here as a freshman in the fall of 2024, I was looking for a club to join, and Andrew came into 2 of my classes advertising Pegasus Pilots, and I was like, this is my club, I need to join this. So, I joined it, and I've gone to almost every single meeting in the past 2 years since I got here. And I've made many lifelong friends and connections in this club, and now I want to give back to the club by helping it grow. Next slide. So why vote for me? I was treasurer of a 120-plus member volunteer club in high school. I've had consistent attendance and dedication to this club in the 2 years that I've been here. And I'm prepared to assist the president in anything that he needs, anything he hands down to me, I'll make sure it gets done. And I'll keep plans moving and making sure the club moves smoothly in the next year that I'm vice president. So,
All right,
thank you.
That's his last slide. Thank you so much, Mr. Noah. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take the mic from you and we'll pass it
Oh, yeah.
to Mr. Lance.
Might need that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Mr. Lance.
Let's give a round of applause for our next candidate, Mr. Lance Harmon, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. And then, whenever you're ready.
Just going right there. All right, sounds good. So, hello everybody. My name is Lance Harmon, and I'm running for the Pegasus Pilots Vice President position. I'm a junior in aerospace engineering, and I feel like this is probably a better place for me to stand. I'm a junior in aerospace engineering with goals of being an astronaut, and I'm a researcher at the Florida Space Institute right now, where I do some basic level research, and I'm getting my sort of engineering foundational skills down. I'm the previous events director, I'm the current events director, and I've been in the club since Andrew came into Intro to Engineering in November of 2023, and then I was put into the events director, or it was called workshop director, but events director position in spring of 24. So I have a lot of experience on the officer board over 3 or 4 semesters now, I'm coordinating with all the officers and making sure that the events run smoothly. I've coordinated with Andrew and Amit with bringing in our guest speakers for the workshops and the GBMs to make sure that all the content is streamlined for our members and making sure that all of our members feel comfortable in the meetings. Like I said, I'm a previous officer, so I'm familiar with the system and how we run our officer meetings. I've had a big role in sort of the leadership in the officer meetings as far as making sure tasks are delegated and finished on time. I've kind of helped shift it into a more professionalism type setting. So whether that be getting the objectives done or just general conduct in the meetings, I've had a big role in that. And I felt a personal growth in myself in that role of developing kind of professionalism overall. That's all good. I helped draft the Constitution at the end of last spring semester to get it ready for this, the fall that just passed. So I'm familiar with the mission of Pegasus pilots and all the official duties of the officers and all the intricacies of the things that we want to achieve with our club and with our members. So I'm not a pilot, and I joined the e-board because I'm not a pilot, because to outsiders that feels more welcoming. If the officer board was stacked full of pilots, I feel like that would be a little bit uninviting for me at least, because I don't have any experience and I'd feel a little overshadowed. So I joined because I'm not a pilot and I'm interested in going the astronaut route. So just providing diverse opportunities for people out there that might not know that. I joined the club also to get more information about how to be an astronaut through the military, Air Force test pilot school or Navy test pilot school, so I'm still looking at that as a possible career journey. And I'm running for vice president because I'm future focused and I see the potential of this club and it's only starting to grow from here. We've had meetings with around 15 to 30 people and I'd like to see that grow even more because we have a lot of great content to offer for the aviation community. Let's see here. And I'll use the experience that I've gained as events director to step into the vice presidential role to continue what I've done in the internal workings of the club. I'm also running for vice president because some of the officers, Andrew and Amit, will be graduating slightly earlier than I will be. So I'll be here a little bit longer. And I was thinking about stepping into the vice president role so I can learn from Andrew firsthand on what it takes to be an interim president while they're, after they've graduated. So that's kind of the future focus plan for me. And I'm dedicated to the Pegasus Pilots mission by providing professionalism in an aviation career and a welcoming environment for all those interested in any aspects of aviation. So with that, I thank you for your time and I'm running for vice president. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Lance Harmon, the second candidate for vice president. Now you get to do your favorite part, which is to vote. So please scan the QR code.
And now it's our favorite part, we get to watch.
That's only yours, it's not mine.
Can candidates vote too? Or-
For themselves?
Yeah.
No.
It's worked like that.
No, last year we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can last year, but there's no point. It's like, we know who you're going to vote for. Yeah.
You did that last year. I didn't vote for myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Get your fingers off of it. Okay. And then, do we need to get a head count to make sure everyone's
I already did a head count.
How many?
If we're including everyone total, it's 18. But you're not voting.
That's excluding the guy who's running. So 17 maybe?
Let's see.
I can do it.
No, that's correct.
Okay.
This is supposed to be less than 3. Hold on, let me show you something. Watch this. Watch this, yeah. All right, these are all of them, right? Oh, well, we should call them both up and then I'll let you announce it.
Sure. Mr. Lance, Mr. Noah, please come to the stage.
Hold on. This guy hasn't. Never mind.
I voted for myself. Did you take that out?
What's that? I also submitted one. That's why I assumed.
Okay.
All right, first of all, I want to say that everyone who's running for a position has my utmost respect. I know it takes a lot of courage, and therefore, technically everyone's a winner tonight. Nevertheless, we do have to make a decision based on popular vote we just got in all the votes, and the winner with 81% selection rate for Vice President of Pegasus Pilots is Lance Harmon.
All right, thank you both gentlemen for running, and congratulations, Mr. Lance.
And keep in mind, you might see some of the people who lost this current position run for their second choice, correct?
I'm sorry? Yeah.
So it's not game over yet.
That's right.
But that was for Vice President, so congrats, Mr. Lance, Vice President.
All right, let me go ahead and take care of this.
All right, and then we're gonna start this, that's fine. Okay. All right, so next we have the secretary position, starting with Mr. Andrew Pino. Please welcome Andrew Pino.
Let's give him a round of applause. All right, and I have your timer up here on my iPad whenever you're ready.
Yep, go ahead. Good evening, everyone. My name's Andrew Pino. Obviously, I'm running for the secretary position. I am a sophomore majoring in information technology. That's my bachelor's. I may end up going on and getting a master's, but that's besides the point right now. I work at D&J at their Sanford location. I'm relatively new, but I work on their line starting next week. My aviation background, I was born and raised in Fort Myers, Florida. I've not like a crazy aviation background, but my father is a CFI. He never ended up working for the airlines at all. But I did grow up kind of around airplanes, specifically Cessnas. That's what I grew up flying. My grandfather, he was a U.S. Marine Corps C-130 pilot, and then a Coast Guard MH-60 helicopter pilot, and then he also flew for Spirit before he got forced out of retirement by the FAA. So that's pretty much my aviation background and where I'm from. You go ahead. These are some of like my proven leadership in high school. Based off, mostly in high school, this is probably where most of my leadership came from. Particularly, we had this thing in our high school called the house system. It's really complicated, and I hate explaining it to people. But essentially, it's like student government. It's like you have 8 leaders of the entire school, essentially, and they manage like subdivisions of the school called houses. And I was one of those main leaders for that. I can't remember exactly how many people I had in my community. I want to say it was probably like 80 or 90 students. So I managed that my senior year, and that was pretty fun. I also co-founded the debate club at my high school, which is, thank God, still around. Kind of surprised, but you know. I also did tech theater in high school, and I'm an active student pilot working at, I'm working and I'm also flying out of D&J currently, and I also did tutoring in high school, so that's also a photo I took the other day. That was at Sanford, so that was a pretty cool site. Yeah, hit it. Yep. So this is pretty much what I'll be able to deliver as secretary. For tours, I really want to work with and kind of leverage the connections I have, specifically with D&J. I even talked to them today about possibly giving members a little bit of a discount to train out of there. I know we have really good connection with the Sanford Flying Club right now. That's great. I'd like to expand, like give us a little more opportunities. I think that'd be great and benefit a lot of members. In addition to that, building that's pretty much goes with that one as well, building partnerships with different organizations, different flight schools around the area, possibly giving us sim opportunities, cheaper flying. I mean, it really benefits everyone. I mean, even for people who don't fly, if they want to go and try something like that, just giving them the opportunity, that'd be a great thing. I feel like it would benefit a lot of people. In addition to that, supporting the officer team, obviously as secretary, one of your main jobs is supporting the officer team and pretty much filling in the gaps wherever it's needed. And I'm pretty much dedicated to that. And then obviously members come first, and it's like kind of polling members and seeing like what they would like, what changes need to be made, and just overall, in general, just seeing what would benefit everyone as a whole. I think that'd be great. So next slide. So anyways, vote for me, Andrew Pino, 2.0, and that's a glorified version of my job. Anyways, but yeah, thank you.
We'll take that off of you. Thank you very much.
All right, again, that was for secretary, but we also have a second candidate for secretary. Please welcome Maya Berkeley.
All right, let's go, Miss Maya. Here we go. Feel free to put that onto your board. on sideways so if you'd like.
Does that work?
Yeah. If you want to put it maybe down here, that way it kind of
Here,
doesn't.
all right then.
Yeah, because your collar might have
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So there you
Okay.
go. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and start your timer whenever you're ready.
All right. All right, so this is me. A little bit about me, I'm an environmental science major. I'm technically a sophomore, but I'm graduating early, so it's like my junior year right now. I'm currently a student pilot, and my goal is to be an airline pilot. That's why I'm interested in being a member of the board for this club. A little bit of background on me, I got involved in aviation in high school. I joined EAA in Fort Myers as well, born and raised, and that was experience that changed the outlook of my life. I got introduced to different aircraft, and I helped mentor younger kids, and we had flight simulators. I would instruct them how to use it and do different maneuvers on there, and I also volunteered and did different things with EAA during that time, helped coordinate fly-ins and directed traffic. So that's a little bit about my background, and I'm now involved in EAA in Orlando at Orlando Executive. So I am still involved in that community. And a little bit of background on my leadership. I'm currently the sponsorship chair for Women in Aviation International Central Florida chapter at Orlando Executive as well. I was just recently elected, and I want to bring some of those skills that I'm going to have from that board to this one right here. I might even be able to have some connections that overlap and maybe get some sponsors for our club while I'm reaching out for that other club that I'm a part of. So that is a little bit of background. Next slide, please. Yep. So my impact for this club, I have a lot of different connections through Women in Aviation, and I would love to bring that to this club. For example, I recently went into the Allegiant Training Center and was able to fly the 737 MAX simulator. And I definitely want to bring some of those connections to this club, possibly do different tours. I'm also in contact with the lead mechanic for United out of MCO. I'm actually taking the initiative right now, and I have a hangar tour with her on Monday, and I plan on speaking with her about maybe doing a small group of people to go there and check out the hangar and the different planes that they have going on there. So I also want to facilitate different events and guest speakers if I can bring them in. But another thing I want to do is create more member perks and collaborate with the board so we can have more things that benefit us. Like right now, I know they're doing a Gold Seal discount, so I'm working with a flight school out of Merritt Island right now, taking the initiative again, and I have found incredibly good rates that would benefit everybody, below $200 an hour for the plane fuel and instruction. Right now, if you purchase a block rate, you can have $160 an hour for everything, qualified instructors, but that's something that I can bring to the table if I'm elected secretary. I also want to make sure that everybody's experience as a member is the best that it can be. I want to conduct surveys. What do you guys want to see? I want to bring in different aspects of aviation. Like I said, that the aircraft mechanic, not just piloting things, because I think that's important too. And everything in the industry is just interesting to me. So I think that would be something cool to bring to this club as well, that is not just about pilots, but just about aviation in general. And I just want to see what you guys want, and I would take that feedback and put it into fruition if I was elected the secretary. I also want to collaborate with the board and do the best I can to make things run smoothly. I definitely am someone that's on top of my work. I want to do something, do it right, and do it to the best of my ability. So that's what I would be bringing to the table if I was elected secretary. Yep.
Okay, thank you. All right.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right, time to vote. Again, this is the secretary position. We have the first candidate and then the second candidate here.
And we also have Noah, so he's added onto the list because that was his second preferred position. No problem.
Andrew, Maya, and Noah.
Did you just say Andrew? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, Andrew, sorry. You have to call you by your last name.
2.0.
Yeah,
Andrew
2.0. 2.0.
All right, and here comes the QR code.
Ask him what you think about it. Initially, I didn't expect us to read it out loud in the first place. That's not all of it. We still got some left.
Oh, this is a close one.
This one. I need to delete one. I'll go here. See that? Go on my team. It was an accident. I guess he probably did it twice. I'm gonna take that out. Okay.
We get less because there's more applicants. There's more candidates. And they don't get to vote for themselves, so it's going to be less than like 14 members.
Yeah. All right, what we can do is, I'm just you can ask them, make sure no one else is.
All right,
make sure
so
everyone's
just
done.
one last check. Have everyone submitted their votes? Did anyone not submit their votes? All right, seems like everyone did.
All right, our three candidates, will you please come to the front so we can announce the winner for the position of secretary?
I'm all right.
I know you can do it.
All right, so are you guys ready? Good luck, everyone. The winner for the secretary position, Pegasus Pilots, is Maya Berkeley.
All right, congratulations. We're gonna go ahead and download that spreadsheet and get the next form ready.
All right, the next position is Media Director, and our first candidate, please welcome Jared Del Mundo.
There you go, Mr. Jared, feel free to click that on.
All right. Give me a
And
moment.
then whenever, yeah, go ahead and set up. Whenever you start your speech, I'll set the timer for you, no worries.
Oh, hold on. Gotta put it.
And then just keep an eye on this over here.
All right. Ready?
Go for it.
Hello, everybody. Howdy. My name is Jared Del Mundo. You may know me as the little guy with the camera taking photos at every event at Pegasus Pilots. And and next slides, please. That's me right there. I am a pilot. Obviously, as you know, I have 150 hours of flight experience. I learned about Pegasus Pilots, funny enough, from Reddit. I found out from Andrew's post about how he wanted to start a pilot club, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I will join that. And that's how I came to know Pegasus Pilots. Outside of aviation, though, I enjoy photography, video editing, and music. I play music, which all connects with the media side of this role. So next slide, please. So before I transferred here and became a UCF student, I had various important roles, one of which was student government for Lake Summer State College. I was the director of community service. I advocate for $5.1 million for a new technology center, state-of-the-art technology center at my college. And also I founded a service club called Lake Hawks Rotaract, where I orchestrated 3 service events that helped bring 16,000 pounds of food to people in need. So I know what it takes to run a club. I know what needs to be done in order to get people connected with the club. And so next slide, please. Ooh. So here's me speaking at Capitol Hill, Tallahassee. As part of that work, I also had the opportunity to advocate for students at the Florida State Capitol, which taught me how to represent a community and communicate its goals. Which brings us to our next slide, please. So outside of experience, I also volunteered for the AA, which I help do simulators. I help kids connect with their passions and experience the joy of flying that I did. I also am an Adobe certified associate. I have skills in video editing. I have skills in all that stuff. And next slide, please. What I ultimately want to bring to this role is to engage more. I want to continue Josh's mission of making aviation fun and engaging and helpful for people that are new to aviation, like me, or to other people that want to get started on where they want to be. Ironically enough, Bear and I share many of the same goals that we have for this club, and regardless of the outcome of this election, I'm excited to work together and to help grow the Pegasus Pilots community. And so I also bring, and funny enough, background knowledge, I also ran 2 meme accounts, which they both grew into 5,000 followers before I quit. I do lots of shit posting and all that stuff. So so outside of work and stuff, I love shit posting. It's one of my favorite things to do out there. And actually, next slide, please. I'll show you what I can do to this club. Play the video, please.
Get the backlights.
All right.
Thank you.
Wonderful video.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good job, my friend. Good job.
All right, so the only person running against Jared is Barry, which as soon as you can do at the beginning. We're not ready yet, so how do I go? So we got the director, Barry versus Jared. Fixing the survey. Your code.
I'm gonna try a Discord call barrier now. Oops. Answer the phone, Barry. I'm trying to Discord call Barry right now.
It's past midnight there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh shoot, really?
You might not answer, just say.
He texted me like an hour ago, so I don't know.
I wasn't sure if you did it or not.
Don't worry. I got out of the plant. I got him with me. I got him with me.
Barry's here.
Barry's here.
Oh wait, actually?
No, I'm kidding. This is a picture.
I thought that was him for a second.
No, it'd be really funny if he is. But no, this man has not answered my call.
That's not right. Yeah, let me check though. Let me check something. It's not. That must be a glitch.
Oh shoot, I have the mic with me. Oops.
What I'll do is I'll make sure.
You're good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, because you saw it on my end, it's not there. So what we can do is just refresh, make sure it's refreshed properly. All right. I'll take care of the announcement for this one. Interesting. But let's go here. That. Yeah, okay. Let me go back over here. Yeah, okay. All right, so we had an issue with this last one, but I double checked it to make sure this wasn't the case. For some reason, for media director, there were 2 votes for Maya. I don't know why, and I wanted to make sure that, you guys only saw 2, right? You only saw, yeah?
I saw 2, yeah.
Huh?
I saw 3.
You saw 3 people?
Yeah.
Okay, and you saw Maya?
No.
No, who'd you see?
Noah, Barry, and Jared.
Okay. Yeah, that should not, because what I do is before I finalize the form, I always check it myself to make sure it's properly updated. So folks, I apologize about that. I need you to vote again. Vote twice. Oh,
What you
I
can do,
know.
guys, is close the tab that had the previous survey to make sure it's the updated one.
Yeah. I do see whenever there's a duplicate vote, if I see that you voted for the same person twice, same name, that happens sometimes on our end. We delete it automatically just because it's pretty obvious. But whenever it's like, Maya running for for media director, it's kind of obvious something got goofed up. So apologize for that, but we'll go ahead and vote for media director. And then after this, we will be voting for treasurer. The reason why we're doing this now is because based on the candidates who are running for that position, we, based on the ordering of it, have to get this out of the way first. Okay, so president, vice president, secretary, and then treasurer is ideally going to be done once we finish media director. Again, the reason why we're doing this after media director is because Barry had listed treasurer as his second desired position. So once we make our vote here, then in chronological order, we're able to proceed to the treasurer votes. Okay, there we go. We got the proper number of applicants now.
All right.
Everyone's voted?
So, Jared, please come forward.
Can someone hold Barry and just put in your face real quick?
I can hold Barry's face up, don't be worried.
No, like put in your face, so pretend like you're Barry.
I can't pretend that I'm Barry. I can hold him up though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously Barry's not here. We only have Jared in person. But the winner for the media director is Jared Del Mundo.
All right. Thank you, Jared. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're not going to go to the next slide because, again, we're literally going to stay on this. This is the same form, if it isn't yet obvious. But now that we got that out of the way, with Jared serving as our media director for the next year, I'm now going to line up our next candidates for treasurer. So stand by on that, folks. Okay. So, it's going to be Pino. All right. So we're not publishing this yet, but the two candidates, so that way you can think about it, is going to be Andrew Pino or Barry Chase as treasurer. And they have both already spoken, if you will, Pino in person, Barry by video. So you've already heard from both of them. Think about who you think is ideal for treasurer and stand by.
There has to be a way in which.
I know. Well, believe me, I looked. Thank you. Oh, believe me, I looked. But this is good for them because they get more time to think about who they're going to be casting their vote for.
Yeah, they're definitely thinking.
Now look, here's the results. Negative 3 responses.
All right, so we should do that now.
Let me check. Let's be careful because. Yeah, let's be careful. Remember what happened last time? We had a third position somehow.
I think because it wasn't updated.
Well, if it wasn't updated, it wouldn't even display the new names. Oh, good thing I checked it.
So
that is what needs to be corrected. Okay, I'm gonna put it back up. I'll let you do the ads.
all right, so for treasurer, here is the QR code. We have Andrew Pino or Barry Chase.
It sounded like water.
Yeah, I heard that too. It's probably the AC or something.
The second floor bathroom.
Actually?
I like the
Oh.
I think so. Like the second floor.
Can you just make sure we're on through? Okay.
Yeah. You're like the second one.
Wait, did I remember to put my name on mine?
Let me check. Yeah, you did. Thank you. See? Live results.
I think that's everyone. 15?
Yeah, that's everyone.
Should we make it a comment?
That's what I was just thinking. If I were you, I would just announce it.
All right, so the results are here. Everyone, please, let's have your attention. Okay, the winner for the treasurer position, Pegasus Pilots, will be Barry Chase.
Alrighty, excellent. We got that done?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
All right, now we have, so we did president, vice president, secretary,
Treasurer.
media director, and treasurer. This is our 6th officer position, and that's the events director. And we're going to start with Mr. Henry Phillips. Please welcome Henry Phillips.
There you go, sir. Try to clip it on as best you can.
I'll just hold it.
No problem. And then your timer's going to be over here whenever you're ready.
All right, what is up? My name is Henry Phillips. I'm a mechanical engineer student, freshman, so we'll see how far it goes. I don't know. Private pilot, I've got 113.9 hours. I don't know when that's going to change, hopefully soon. And I do sports broadcast engineering with UCF, so a lot of fun activities. I'm an EAA member, and on VATSIM's VZMA RTAC, which is kind of like a flight sim, but for ATC, I'm a part of the events team. So, yep. Yeah. Here's some cool photos I took. They're sun and fun. This was at a Boeing facility where they make the planes and they fly them out to deliveries, and then that's me getting my my private pilots with John Brown, whose brother's Jack Brown, and owns the Seaplane base, which was very cool to be at in Winter Haven. But yeah, future event ideas, right? Oh, go back. Oh, go.
What, do you want me to stop here?
No, go back.
Oh, back.
We got group flights fly-ins. You know, we've got. It's been brought up about flying into Titusville for a movie night. I think that would be really cool. You know, we've got a lot of people who are either training for their PPL, already have their PPL, and I think, you know, we're a pilot club at the end of the day, so we should be showing, we should be flying, enjoying it, and then people who aren't pilots should also, in my opinion, be able to experience the joy of flight and just how much fun it is. Because it is a lot of fun. It's not fun looking at my bank account after flying, but it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't fun. Next. All right, and then we got speakers from different parts of aviation. So far we've had fighter pilots, airline pilot, and a resume workshop. And you know, those are great, you know, great aspects, but aviation as an industry is just so big. There's so many different sub-industries a part of it. There's mechanics, there's flight or medical, there's lawyers, there's ATC, and it's a very like networking industry where you, in order to get far really fast, you need to know people. And you know, there's people in this club, there's all sorts of different connections that we have. And I think having, you know, I know air traffic controllers, if you want to become an air traffic controller, it's great to hear from them. So I think hearing from professionals in different parts of the industry is very important, and I'd like to have more of that. So more socials. You know, there's, Jared talked about plane spotting at MCO. I think that would be a great social idea, you know. MCO is a very busy airport, and it's got very interesting planes that fly out of. I'm from Fort Myers, so I think the only cool plane I've ever seen there is an A330 that goes across the pond. I've seen a 747 land, but because it was diverted. So it's mainly like A320s and 737s, and then that's about where it ends. Very fun plane spotting there, but you know, MCO is just such a big airport with many opportunities. I think plane spotting would be fun, and then there's level D simulators that you can rent out with a party as a social. I think that would be great, and you know, I'm always open to ideas for socials. So, next one. Son of Fun. What a great event, you know. It's a week long. You can fly in, volunteer. Volunteer opportunities great. You can get volunteer hours, and it helps out the club. But I'd also love to build a deeper connection with Sun and Fun, and try to figure out something other than just parking, or parking cars. You know, you don't get to experience the true event when you're volunteering. Obviously you can after you're done volunteering, but being able to marshal the planes and volunteer in other aspects would also seem very beneficial towards the club, and something very fun that I'd like to do. And then last and not least, football flyover, you know. We've had military flyovers, you know, very fast, very cool jets fly over, but I think it would just be a different aspect if it showed a student body, student organization flying over in a clapped out 172 or clapped out Piper. People might not find it interesting, but you know, the fact that as a club we can show support for our school and do a flyover during the anthem, I think that would be very interesting, or very cool. And yeah, you know, there's going to be a lot of hoops to jump through, but what's aviation without hoops? And then that's it. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. Barrett. Mr. Henry, excuse me. All right.
All right, so that was Henry Phillips, first candidate for event director. But we have a second candidate please welcome our existing member, but a member that's also going to run again for a different position, which is Events Director, Mr. Amit.
Hey guys. Hey guys, so I am now your former secretary, former vice president, so here I am. Just want to give you guys a quick roundup. I am an electrical engineering major here at UCF. I've been with Pegasus Pilots since 2023, fall. Like many of you, I met Andrew in an EGN lecture, and I remember we went to Blaze. That's how I first heard about the club. As far as extracurriculars, I am a project engineer intern at L7 Construction. And just to dive in a little bit about what the org means to me, I was looking for a STEM-related org when I first came to UCF, and I went to a couple meetings, whether it was IEEE or AIAA, and I couldn't find my footing. And I came here, and everyone's so welcoming, and thankfully, I'm proud to say that I was one of the founding members, and I helped them, bring the club to what it is today, and I'm super proud to see what it is. But as far as what I've done as vice president and secretary over the past 2 years, I've helped coordinate a lot of the events such as Sun and Fun. Going into it, last year was our biggest year of Sun and Fun by far. The first year we didn't really volunteer much. It was just really just hanging out. And last year we said we really want to make it something big, something memorable. We want people to come out, enjoy themselves, and contribute in a way. And that was through volunteering. And hey, we got some money from that. But the other thing I've done is a lot of the socials that you guys see, I help a lot out with those. So Jory, Dustin's was, I think, our largest social in terms of attendance. Hopefully that'll change in the next year, but we want to do a lot more stuff for you guys. Again, these socials are important. We all connect, we all come together. And one thing that I've always said about Pegasus Pilots, and Lance has mentioned this too, a lot of people think they have to be a pilot. You don't have to be. I myself was VP and I'm not a pilot, so it goes to show you can get a high leadership role just by putting in work ethic. And moreover, as I mentioned this to a lot of people who come and talk to me and about what Pegasus Pilots is, it's about bringing together a community of aviators, not just pilots, but aviators, and bringing a sense of belonging to everyone.
No, you didn't do anything, don't worry. We'll pause your time, don't worry. We're not gonna let that. That's not supposed to happen. Oh man, wasn't Henry so yeah, I got it. You got it? But don't blame him, he didn't do anything wrong. All right, you're good.
Yeah, but anyway, going forward, semester event schedule. For the past 2 semesters, I've worked with Andrew on developing the calendar, days, events, what type of events we're gonna have, coordinating for Sun and Fun days. So that's another big part of what I'll do and what I'll continue to do as event coordinator. That's a big definition of it. Another part of being events coordinator is, there's a lot of that goes into room reservations. Getting this room requires a booking way ahead of time. You'd be surprised, but these things fill up fast. And I myself have been part of that process of booking rooms for other organizations, and I've seen it firsthand with Pegasus Pilots. Really, for the first time I saw it with Pegasus Pilots. So I have familiarity in that area. You have to do it in a very timely manner, which is something we always succeed in doing. As far as RSO event policies and general logistics, I have familiarity with that. I myself am now a president of another organization here, the Indo-Caribbean Student Association, and through that presidency, I have gained more knowledge through RSO rules and planning, and through my past year and 2 years really as part of Pegasus Pilots through secretary, and moreover as VP, I've really gotten more of the gist of that, learning through Andrew and reading through documents, constitution development, so on and so forth, what you can and cannot do as RSO. So there's a lot that goes into that. And last but not least, leadership experience. Being VP definitely required more work than secretary. I'm not just scanning notes in, so no offense, but it was definitely a lot more work to be VP. But it was an exciting time, and I was really grateful for the opportunity. And a lot of people ask me why I'm going from VP to events coordinator, and the reason why is because, well, as Lance mentioned, I won't be here going on to next school semester. I'll be here for this next year, but after that I won't be. And I said, I care about this org. It makes more sense to hand it off to someone who will be here after me, who could train and gain that leadership that will be needed once Andrew and I leave. So that was a big emphasis for me. But yeah, that's basically the gist of it. And yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Of course.
The forum's ready.
All right, so quick reminder, this is for events director. We have Henry Phillips versus Amit, and here's the QR code. A lot of positions.
Really quickly, folks, just wanted to interrupt. Did anyone happen to see Barry Chase's name on their form? Okay, because on my end, I see that for some reason. This one. No one saw Barry's name. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, I know it's not your guys' fault, just making sure. Sometimes I see that. Yeah. So, here it shows. I don't know. And you saw it too, right? I did. Let's go through. Let's go. What we can do is we can go through. Did you not? Let me see. I'm just going through them all individually. But also, I think what might also be the case is some people, they voted, but they put their name, but they didn't actually vote. Let me see if that'll fix it. Give me a second. Okay. Let me just make sure though. Because this one, see that? And then the same one here. See that? That's just only this category, with no answer there. So, go back here. Okay. Ready? All right,
so we do have the results. Henry and Amit, please come forward. All right, and the winner for the events director position for the next semester or year semester for Pegasus pilots is going to be Mr. Amit.
All right. Congratulations, Mr. Amit. Henry, thank you for running.
All right, next up, this is, I believe, our last position.
That is correct. Last position.
Auxiliary director. I personally really like this position. And our first candidate is Eleanor Bonds.
Who commonly goes by Ellie. That's just her legal name.
Yeah, it's just like my fun, cool name. I get a lot of compliments on it.
All right, your timer is up here whenever you're ready.
All right, let me get this mic situated. All right, you can start.
All right.
Hi everyone, my name is Eleanor Bonds, or just Ellie. You can call me just Ellie. That's fine too. So I'm from Fort Myers, Florida, where I developed my passion for aviation. I didn't know what I was going to do before I started flying planes. I had no clue. I begged my parents for a discovery flight, and I loved it. And that gave me opportunity to join the wonderful world of aviation, where I've met so many amazing people. And I want to continue to meet so many amazing people. And you can go to the next slide. So, my experience. What have I done? What will plan to do type of thing. Right now, I am a private pilot pursuing my instrument training, so I'm active in flight training. I'm a UCF business marketing major, as you can see, all the fun colors. I did a lot of graphic design in high school. So I founded the graphic design club at my high school, and I was an officer that kind of helped with all the extra stuff. I was called Surgeon at Arms. So basically hopping in to help in with whatever I can. And I was the media director for my high school theater program for a time being, which gave me a lot of experience with reaching out to people in big clubs. And then for a while, I worked a job at an ice cream shop in Fort Myers, a popular ice cream shop, and I was a supervisor there for a while. So that's my experience. And As your auxiliary director, I plan to be a friendly face in the club and help with whatever the officers need. So I want to reach out to everyone and just represent the club and just, kind of expand the club and have some more outreach. I have a lot of free time. As I said, I'm a business major, so with the coloring books and stuff and my crossword puzzles, I basically, besides my flight training, this club is my #1 priority out of anything. So I love this club. It's kind of the only club I'm in right now at UCF. I love it. I love seeing all your guys' faces every day. Makes my day. So vote me for auxiliary director. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'll take that mic from you. Thank you.
Please welcome our next candidate for auxiliary director, Mr. Cole Hutchinson.
All righty, here you go. Come on, guys, you guys can do better than that. Come on, there we go. All right, looking good.
Your timer's up here, Mr. Cole, and it starts whenever you're ready.
All right, well, before I wanted to start, I wanted to talk a little bit. I'm not a pilot. Like Lance and like Amit, I'm a mechanical engineering major. I don't fly. So I want you guys to understand. I'm super approachable. I'm not like the point Lance made. It's not all pilots up here. There's other things to do. To start, I'm Cole. I'm a mechanical engineering major here. I'm a junior. So I've always been passionate about engineering. I did robotics in high school, where I learned mechanical system design. I did CAD, and I manufactured those systems. Out of high school, I worked in manufacturing for a little bit, and then I've done precision machining as a hobby ever since. So my point being, you might be wondering, what's a guy like me doing up here, doing in a club full of pilots? And to tell you the truth, that's the same reason why I'm running for auxiliary director, and it's because of the people. For the past 2 or 3 years, I've seen this club grow, and I've seen people who've never spoken to each other, laughing and sharing stories by the end of the night. And those are really special days, seeing those happen. So my main thing is I want to be a part of making those opportunities happen for everybody, what little I can help with. Yeah. Next slide. A couple of events I've seen throughout the couple years I've been here. We had a VAC airfare, Valiant Air Command. We got to meet Dave Bio-Baranek, who was doing a book signing there, and then we got lunch afterwards. And then Four Rivers Barbecue Social. So, excuse me. There's a lot more socials than that. This is just a couple of the pictures, a couple of the things that I've been here for. Next slide. So my other main point why I'm running for auxiliary director is because of Valiant Air Command. And if you don't already know, like Josh stated earlier, Valiant Air Command, well, we have a lot of opportunities with a handful of volunteering opportunities, one of which being aircraft maintenance and restoration, which I was very fortunate to be able to do this last week. And it's something I'm super passionate about. It's really great for hands-on experience, documented experience for anybody who is interested in engineering. So even outside of engineering, Valiant Air Command is a great opportunity for everybody here. Like with the social for the fly-in movie social that's coming up, or that might be in the works, right? As well as the airfare coming up. It's a very great opportunity for everyone here. And moving forward with Josh, our media director, graduating, I want to be the one to kind of step into his shoes and fill in for him, taking on those responsibilities, handling everything with Valiant Air Command, and keeping those opportunities open to you guys, as well as creating new opportunities in the future with them. Maybe that'll be all.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. Appreciate it.
I might want that back.
Oh, good. Thank you.
All right. So this is our last voting.
Last vote of the night.
Vote of the night, last position. Once again, auxiliary director, we have Ellie Bonds versus Cole. Please submit your votes. That applies to me.
Yes, it does.
Into the character of Big Neutral.
Wait. Should we have more? Just want to make sure. All right, just want to verify. It's our final vote for the night. Everybody has their votes in, right? No one looks panicked. Everyone looks good to go. We'll have 2 candidates. Please step forward. And Mr. Waleed, I will allow you to read off the results.
Let me double check.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, so the winner for the auxiliary director position of Pegasus Pilots is Ellie.
All right, congratulations.
And with that, we actually come to an end. Andrew, do you want to add any final comments?
Final comments. Well, I got to tell you, it's really something when you have a bunch of other people walk up to the front of the room and share their story with why they care about an organization enough to the point that they're willing to put in so much effort just to be given a chance to say no. So for